Oh, so basically, if you've been following all the steps, then you know you're at the point where someone has been interested in your Loom video and have got back to you and probably said something along the lines of, how do we move forward? Or what are the next steps? Or I am interested. So there's two main ways this could go. They either might need more information from you, which is highly likely. That happens probably most of the time. In that case, you're going to phone call them or schedule a phone call or a good time to call them. You already have their number because you cold called them or you sent them a message on WhatsApp. And if you did this through Instagram, make sure you just get their number and WhatsApp them as soon as possible. So if they want to call, then you're going to call them at a suitable time that you've both arranged. Obviously, I'm saying call them and not Zoom call them because, I don't know, as much as it might sound good, the thought of having some fancy slides up on Zoom call, if you'd followed my method, then you've already sent them a Loom video which has all the slides and explains most of the details. So if you're going to call them, then there's likely not going to be a lot of questions left to ask. So that way you're going to just call them quickly, gets it done, and it's not like a whole bigged up thing. And then the first thing I would say on these calls is, hi, how's it going? Basically just like the small talk. And then the first question I'd say is, so do you have any questions in regards to moving forward? Or like, yeah, so do you have any questions? I'd just be quite casual like that. And if they do, answer them, bish, bash, bosh. And then you want to send in your onboarding email. I'm going to do a whole video explaining this. It basically is going to have a testimonial if you have one. If you have them, doesn't matter if not, because if you got to this point, then you're doing well and you don't even need a testimonial. But if you have one, it's always good to send them. And then the second thing you want to have on the email is your contract. Again, I'll do a whole video on this. And then you also want to have a Google Forms document. So this email is called your onboarding email. You're going to save it in your drafts or in your template section of your Google Drive folders. And it's going to be the best way that you're going to be able to onboard a client quickly and snappy, and just make sure that once they've gone from being interested in your services, they're a signed client straight away. So I'll do a whole video explaining it, like I said, but the other way this can happen is they'll literally just send you a text saying, okay, great, how do we move forward? In that case, it's the best case scenario. It doesn't happen a lot, but it has happened to me before. You just say, great, what's your email? And I'll send you our onboarding email, or I'll send the contract through. And this way, you're going to just send them the email and move on from there. So the next video is going to be all about the onboarding email. Sorry if that was a bit of a rant. I just wanted to communicate with you that if they do want to call, then you just have to answer some questions. I'm guessing you know what you're doing. If you don't, then there's service delivery coming up. So just stay tuned for that, and I'll explain how to do service delivery and get your clients actual results. But if you have to answer questions, then you have to answer questions. You can't just avoid any contact with your client, even though you might not like cold calling and all of that. This is SMMA, so you're going to be contacting people. The biggest part of it is dealing with clients. So if you're not ready for it, quit now, because they're going to be interested. And more than likely, if you just come across like a nice person, they're not going to be like interrogating you. They just have some questions because they're trusting you with their money. So yeah, that's the next step, and I'll see you in the next video. Like and subscribe if you've made it this far in the series. And yes,